It's your boy Mikey B at it again, watching these playoffs in the bubble. And I'm gonna tell you what, I'm liking what I'm seeing. The atmosphere, the war is on. Old enemies, friend, foe, start to battle again. Yeah, it was James Harden revisiting where he came from, and then Chris Paul revisiting where they came from. You know, there was kind of a thought of animosity when those two left each other. I thought it was a great team with Chris Paul and James Harden together, yin and yang, but it didn't work out quite well due to, in my opinion, due to injury, not because they couldn't work together. But now they come to battle. OKC has Paul and the Rockets have Harden, and war to war it's been without the likes of Russell Westbrook. Let's get into the detail of this game. You can see the scoreline. We'll talk about the stats. That's all I care about. 117 to 114. The game took its way toward the end, and the players of conversation, same old, same old. James Harden, 32, 15, and 8. Kickoff there. The man is consistent. The man is a bulldozer. I want to call him a tank. He is the most skillful shooting guard in the NBA and has brought about a lot of creativity in a lot of other players. Some teams hate the new type of offense where it's just shoot three, dribble, dribble, dribble. I, however, am a big fan. A reason being this game solidified, in my opinion, on if you have the right players on the floor playing some D, because we got some D here. We're going to talk about the defensive man from OKC that's changing the game. But if you got some defensive players, this can be fun, and having a stalemate of a big, tall center who really can't run down the court like he should really hurts you. And in this particular game, we got some of the aspects of the missing link for the Houston Rockets, and why at some parts of the game you do need a big. All right. Let's go through it. Daniel House, incredible in game, 21 and 6. Okay. Dan Antonio will go down as historically, along with Don Nelson, one of the guys that it's the most creative in getting folks to be able to score. He does his thing real well. Next up is PJ Tucker. He scores 11. All right. He's the Fortnite inside, 11 rebounds as well, all purpose, only 6'5". Call him Charles Barkley without hops. Okay. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. Robert Covington, 14 and 6 for him. Stretched the floor. Look at what slot he was in. He was in the center spot, guys. I mean, that's nuts. And then Eric Gordon, we talked about James already, 23 points. If you saw that stat line, you'd say it's over, right? We're going to get into what their percentages was, but you would say this game's over. And then, again, Mr. Green, the reemergence of getting older players to come back and play ball. Green scores 10 points and 5 rebounds. Great performance. A guy that didn't really show up too much but play minutes was Austin Rivers, but he contributed in other ways. He still has to put up some numbers. They need to get him to about 6 to 8 points a game with the minutes he plays. Ben McLemore, 3 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Supposed to be the Gerald Green replacement. Really hasn't got the opportunity. I'm not going to say it's due to his skill set. Let's go to the winning team. Shea, Gilgeous, Alexander are scoring rubble. They got him at the 4 position, 18 and 12. Daniel Gallinari, a guy that if he starts to go off, I think the Houston Rockets are in a lot of trouble. He has not gone off yet, and he can. This is the Luka Doncic before Doncic, essentially, from a height perspective, and he's a great player, just suffered a lot of injuries. Watch some old tapes of Gallinari, and you'll see some reminiscence there of a great Euro player. Actually, let me stop with the Euro or Africa. He's a great player no matter where he's from. Daniel Gallinari, if he can get going with those bad legs, a lot of injuries there, this will be a superlative team. They'll be scary. Mr. Adams, consistent, 12 and 8 7-footers in there. That's their big. Chris Paul, just amazing. A true ring general. I did a video. Chris Paul, the best player of our decade from a point guard perspective. 26, 3 and 6. You gotta like the effort there. And my man, Luka Dortz, again, watch my old videos when I talk about exciting players coming out of the draft, second rounders, steals that teams got. I talked about Luka Dortz back then, and he's coming up now. 9 and 5 with 2 assists. I love Luka Dortz, and you haven't seen the end of him. He's once he gets his shot going, he's also a good handler. He has a lot of superlatives that makes him a possibly. Think of Marcus Smart but more athletic. There's a lot of more athleticism that you're not seeing out of this kid yet. He's been given a role on this team, but there's more he can give. So defensive anchor Lucas Doors, congratulations. Probably the player for this team that has done the most in trying to stop or swell James Harden up. We'll look at his percentages in a second to see what he did. Dennis Schrader, man. L Germany. I mean, come on. You talk about Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo, maybe not, man. The speed on this kid is incredible. He can score like Rajon Rondo wish he could. His vision is not Rajon Rondo, but man, the kid can score. He's amazing. 30 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, all around killer. Great job for Schrader. And then we get into another guy who I said was a sleeper if they played him. Darius Bazley came up used, a high schooler. I call him that. They're not straight out of high school no more. But I'll tell you what, he is. Bazley, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Looked great. Looks like a great potential talent to stick in there. They got Gallinari. They got some older folks that are moving on in age. I hate when they trade players. I really like when they move that older guy to the bench to continue the mentorship. Gallinari is still young, has a lot of years left, but I can see Bazley definitely taking a more supreme role, and he will be the next superstar for the Oklahoma City Thunder if they're able to develop him. Nerlens Noel, great job, all right? 6 points, 5 rebounds, came in spurts, did his damn thing on the defensive perspective. His legs are not there. I didn't see the hop that I used to see out of Nerlens Noel. But if you're talking about teams that want to go to the small ball lineup and need a runner, he is the epitome of that and fits them perfectly. He likes to just run up and down, catch alley-oops, block shots, get rebounds, pass outs. I like it. I like what I've seen from Nerlens, and I think this was another X factor that had them for the win. Let's get into some detail. I'm going to go to the spot. I'm going to go NBA.com. We're going to get into the depth of this, man. And looking at the stat line. If this take too long, I'm going to go back to the Yahoo, which I think is a better application because it's easier to freaking load. But I wanted to go ahead and check out, look how long this is taking. So in this video, I'm going to head back over. Oh, there we go. So, OKC Thunder. Let's look at stats. The Houston Rockets. House, 8 for 15, 53%. 4 for 10 from 3. Great performance from House. That's productive. You over 40% and 50% over 50% from the field. I think that's a great game. PJ Tucker, 4 for 10, 40%. 3 for 8 from 3. He can do a little bit better, okay? But from a defensive perspective, I'll take that. Mr. Covington, 5 for 11. Incredible game there. 4 for 8 from 3. That's great. Covington did his thing. Where is the problem? Okay, let's keep looking. 8 for 15 for Eric Gordon. Not bad. 3 for 8 from 3. Again, it's playoffs. Watch yourself. Okay, that's the problem. When it's playoffs, you got to watch yourself. Okay, so that's the problem. James Harden, 32, 11 for 25. A little bit lower with all those shots. And 6 for 15. So not a bad game from James. I would say the starters actually did pretty well. It's not really many areas I can say no bueno. Now we go into the guys coming off the bench. We talked about Ben McLemore, shot 1 field goal. Okay, 3-pointer, 50%. Okay, so yeah, not bad for Ben. What do we get out of Jeff Green? 4 for 10, 40%, 2 for 6 from 3. Jeff, need a better number. Need to be at 40%. Here goes the X factor where I think some problems came about. Austin Rivers, no output there. Nothing really there. But guess what? Look at his shot attempts. He only shot 1 3. He didn't shoot. You got to shoot, Austin. They need your points. That would have been a game changer, especially with Russell Westbrook out. Austin Rivers has to do more, and it wasn't done here. Maybe not a fault of his, but it is what it is. The stat lines tell the story. Not enough from the bench here to be able to survive that attack from Dennis Schrader, who scored almost 30 points. Let's go over there before I mistalk and actually look at what kind of work he put in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 41%, 2 for 5 from 3. Okay, I'll deal with it. That's good. Daniel Gallinari, I told you, 3 for 10, unacceptable. 1 for 3 from 3. He's better than that. They got nothing from him. Can you imagine if he got going? I stated that. 4 for 5 for Steven Adams. That's good enough. Lukan's Doors, 3 for 10, unacceptable. He started shooting up his three, try to get comfortable. 3 for 9, 33%. Needs more work there. Chris Paul, 10 for 19, 0 for 5 from 3. Chris Paul, hey, something's wrong, baby. Gotta get that going. That's also unacceptable. Actually, pretty bad game from Paul and Gallinari, and still, one man made the show. Efficient, 10 for 16. Mr. Dennis Schrader, 4 for 7 from 3. Incredible game. You're not going to see that every night. That was an incredible game from Mr. Dennis Schrader. Nerlens Noel, 2 for 3. Had 66% from the floor. You can't beat that. Darius Baisley, another incredible output. 3 for 5, 60%. 1 from 2 from three-point land. Gotta like that. They got more scoring out of Baisley and Dort. Diallo has to find his way. He need to be a defensive anchor like Dort. Didn't really come out like Dort has. And Diallo will learn. I think Diallo gets in the lineup. You're still looking at a scary defensive madhouse on the part of the OKC Thunder. There is an opportunity for this team to be dangerous defensively with the players they have. Terrence Ferguson has never just come along 0 for 1. Does okay, but is a scorer. He went the European route, but he needed some defensive help, and that's what's keeping him out of the lineup. Him and Diallo have the potential to be, I'll say it here, you got two potential one-time All-Stars if developed correctly in Ferguson and Diallo. Even Diallo as a defensive anchor. If he can get himself going defensively, that will get him in the game, and he really needs to work on a three-point shot this summer. You can see what has happened with Lukan's Dort has come in and just play with ferocity, with energy, has the handles as well to put the ball on the floor. That makes a difference. Ferguson doesn't have the handle. Diallo, I think he's a New York guy. I got to give him credit. I'm East Coast. He can get there. So that was the tale of the story. A lot of improvements can be done with the OKC Thunder. And when I look at their lineup, I'm not going to lie to you. I look every time I look back over, I say, you know what? This team ain't too bad, baby. I mean, you know what? They got some young talent in Baisley, Diallo, and Ferguson, along with Dort. I mean, they got some nice young talent here. People do not see it, but these are all guys that I ranked highly of. I never thought Diallo would be a high-end scorer in the NBA. I said 18 points maximum at his peak with a lot of work, but he could definitely become one of the better two-way players in this league. And if he gets a shot, he'll prove me wrong with the 18. Ferguson, I expected great things from the kid. Incredible athlete that we never see. One of those guys, one of those James White guys that can jump out the moon, but we never see it in game. Maybe it's the size, or maybe it's just he's not an in-game dunker. It is what it is, but Ferguson still has a shot. Can he get the shot going and improve? And next up is Darius Baisley. Will he get the minutes? With him, it's all there. It's all about the minutes. 6'9", 6'8", multiple position player, one of these new age players. Denver has a lot of them. Guess what? The OKC has one as well, and he's a scary talent if they let him loose. All right, so that's my summary of the Houston versus OKC. I got still, because of Harden and his physique and his repertoire, he's enough on his own. He's that special of a player to take him there. However, I wouldn't mind seeing OKC go to the next round due to the fact that I like what I'm seeing out of their young talent. But if Westbrook comes back, does this change the game? We shall see, but I think it does. I think it gives that Daniel House a role back on the bench to try to come out and kill him, to help with the bench scoring, which is severely needed. Him and Green will match up well, or you maybe move Covington there. So it's all about perspective and how they playing. I'm going to sign off now, baby. Off Work Sports might be my summary. OKC, Houston. Yeah, Houston. We got a problem. I'm out. Peace.